or activity will help for colleges and stuff. But then you also have to have some social life. If you don't have any social life, if you have no friends at school, like make sure you focus on that because you're definitely gonna need friends like at school. But make sure you have like good friends and stuff. Like I know for me, if I don't think a friend is all that good, I'll just kind of drop them. You gotta be like, I don't know. It's not like I'm super picky about my friends or anything like that, but if you're being an a-hole to me, bye. Like I don't want to spend time with people that are, bad to me, I guess, or something, or I just don't like. So that's kind of my, like, some people won't do that. I get that. I know people that won't do that, and I don't really understand it. But hey, to each their own. If that works for you, then go for it. If you're successful that way, but if you're not successful, maybe try out one of these tips I'm giving you, because that's always good. And, treat your friends well. Like, don't be the friend that you want to have to your friends, if that makes sense. Because that'll also help out in school as well. Because if you're like stuck on or maybe like a partner project, who are you gonna partner up with? If you don't have any friends, you're gonna get bad grade because you're gonna get stuck with the other person that doesn't have any friends, and that will suck. So like for me, I don't necessarily like hang out with friends a lot out of school. Like we definitely hang out, but some people are like every single day or whatever. And like if I talk on Skype, Twitter, Xbox, or whatever, I'm good with that. And a lot of my social stuff just comes within school because I'm the type of person that doesn't feed off like the social aspects as much as other people. So I'm perfectly fine with enough social interaction at school. And I have a lot of good friends that I just talked to at school, and I think that's awesome. And a lot of friends that I would like hang out with, but I just don't really do that as much, just because it's not as much my thing. So you kind of learn yourself, know yourself, learn what you need, and I guess kind of make some sort of goal, know what you're going for, because if you don't know what you're going for, then you're not going to really get anywhere, and you're not going to be where you want to be if you're not trying to get where you want to go. Oh, quote me on that. I need a t-shirt like that. It'd be a little long for a t-shirt, maybe just like a banner or car sticker or something, or maybe like, yeah, I don't know, something. I don't even know what I said anymore, so probably shouldn't do anything with it. And teachers, this is a huge part. Teachers are critical. Well, teachers are how you're going to get good grades and stuff in school, and how you're probably going to enjoy school. So you kind of like gotta know. Don't treat each teacher the same, because each teacher is going to be different. For example, some teachers, you go just to learn stuff. Other teachers are ridiculously stupid. And you kind of got to go in there like just kind of like to laugh at them in some way. Like, wow, this is so stupid. I'm just gonna laugh at how ridiculous this is. Like I had one teacher this year where that's kind of what I did. He just wasn't a good teacher, and so I was just kind of like, at that point, it's like, this is hilariously bad. I'm just gonna kind of laugh at it. You still try to pay attention and stuff and do all the work, but make yourself enjoy the class, because if you're not enjoying the class, then it's gonna be harder for you to do well. But enjoy it for school, because like of course I'd rather be somewhere else, but can't or whatever. And that brings me up to another thing, like missing days is pretty terrible in high school, because you have to make all that stuff up. I would say though, if you just don't miss a single day, that might be worse. You kind of need some sort of break. So if you're feeling sick, maybe I'm not saying skip school or anything like that, but if you're feeling kind of sick, sickness can be more than just like colds and stuff. They're probably like with cold, but maybe you have like a little cold and you're just not feeling school or whatever. Taking like one day might be beneficial. Maybe you're behind on a project or something like that. Just take the day to finish it up. Just kind of know what you want to do with that stuff, because it's tough just grinding out a lot of school. But then you got to know, like, if you missed like a lot of days in a row, then you're digging yourself into way deeper of a hole. And then missing days, by the time you're done with that school day, like, and you didn't go to school that day, it feels like, wow, dang it, now I'm behind and this sucks. So kind of manage your absent days. And kind of, I guess, back to teachers. Know your teachers, because some teachers, they will. Here's a big thing. This is what I want to talk about. Like, at the very beginning of school, act like super responsible and stuff, and make your teachers trust you, Because if your teachers trust you, later on in the year they won't be checking for as much stuff like homework. Like one of my teachers, I've always done all my homework. Like it's like this is particularly in math. Um, but by the end of the year, since I've always done it, he would just ask me, did you do your homework? And I would say yes. When while I did it anyway, like maybe I didn't have to do it as well. If it was like something I already understood, I could just kind of like look at the answers online and just kind of like understand it there, to reduce time off that. Because homework. Oh, that's a bigger topic. Let me finish this one up because I rambling on commentary here. Um, but like you got to get teachers to trust you, because then you can, if they know that you're a good student, they'll probably grade you a little easier. Or maybe you make a leap in this like essay and it's kind of like out there, but they'll be like, oh, this person's smart. Like, that makes sense. And like teachers try to be super objective and not be biased at all like that, but they're human. And in high school, like they're not going to be like, world class. I mean, some teachers are better than others for sure, but they're still gonna be biased like that. But yeah, so as far as managing your time for homework, this is like a huge deal. Know what homework you have to spend time on, and like know your grades in your classes, so that if you have a lower grade in one class, you should spend more time on that assignment than if you have a higher grade in another class. And if it's something you already understand, you don't need to do like the biggest, like the best job on it. If it's just going to be a turn in grade, or like, just for completing it or whatever. For example, yeah, like I guess I already explained this, but like in math, sometimes I already understood this, like I get it. And so I don't need to work as hard for making sure I understand each and every, or I understand, I guess I shouldn't understand it, but making sure I do have each and every problem. If or like is the best of my ability. Like you don't have to do that every time. And if it's like a stupid worksheet, where this doesn't, like you already know all this stuff, then you don't have to work as hard on that stuff. Just know what you have to work on. That's a big deal. Because this year or last year, a lot of my friends would be like, oh, so much homework, whatever. And I started to realize that while we had a lot of the same homework and stuff, they might have had like a little more, but it was pretty equal. But I did a lot of work in school. Anytime a teacher gives you like homework, just time to do your homework, you should always do that instead of just messing around like a lot of people do. Because at least I find it's way easier to work. Maybe you're different or whatever. But like you got to make sure you're taking advantage of that time, and then knowing which homework you need to work on. And then after you're done with that, like if I don't have the assignment's not due the next day, I find it a lot easier to work on it, because it's like, well, I don't have to finish this, like I could wait. But then if you start working on those assignments and working ahead of yourself, then you're, like making it easier on yourself. Because it feels like, at least when I'm doing homework, like I'll work on long-term assignments like earlier or whatever. And then when I'm working on that, it doesn't really feel like homework. It just feels like kind of getting ahead, more like. And then for this kind of session, I'll just finish it up with extra credit. Make sure you always do extra credit as much as you possibly can, because at least how our grades work here, the extra credit, like the sections in the grade book are weighted, but if you get extra credit and you get like over 100%, that's going to still help your grade. Like it's not capped at 100%. And when you do extra credit, that means like, and some teachers are kind of bad at like balancing extra credit, it seems. So if you do that extra credit, then you can kind of like make more mistakes. And even just the thought that knowing that you could like not turn an assignment and be okay, is always good. Even though I would like, I couldn't bring myself to do that just because whatever in me there, just kind of like that thought, knowing that I could, just kind of helps out. So make sure you always do extra credit. At least I think I did all the extra credit except for one. One was like bake some sort of cultural food, and I'm like, you know what? I've got a good grade in this class. I should do it, but that's gonna cause too much trouble there. So I just decided not to, because you had to do like a whole presentation, then you ended up not having to. If I didn't have to do the presentation, I probably would have. Not that there's really a big problem with presenting, but I don't even know what I would make, and it was just like I was just like, I don't even want to deal with this. So hope you guys enjoyed this. I will keep going on, and I will keep rambling on for you guys later.